afternoon, evening, night, morning, everyone. I screwed that up badly. It's Sunday night. It's the APAT show. Leigh, you can't blame me for being a little distracted. We have some very special guests on tonight. I think I covered that. I think I got away with that.
Do you remember when we used to do that bit as a pre-record? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Should we go back? Should we go back to the pre?
But wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the world, that's the important thing. Yeah, whatever time of the day.
Oh, let's bring them in. Let's bring in.
It's always the right time. Yeah.
Let's bring in the girls. There we go.
So we welcome to us very special guests, two of the all-conquering APAT show team from the UK Team Championship a few weeks ago at Dusk Till Dawn. We have Carey, Hollick and Natalie Bromley. Good evening to you both.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Good evening, ladies. Did I say evening? Leigh, it depends on where you are in the world. That's what I'm going to use as my defense from here on in. I mean, obviously, it's evening for all of us, but it might be afternoon for somebody. Maybe Drew's out there with a couple of harps.
I'm sure Drew is. I did see Drew comment in the on the Facebook group when we posted up who we had on the show tonight. He was straight in there with a little like a little comment to go, yeah, don't worry, I will be there. So
well, that's a special
Drew will be in
a
the chat.
Special and exclusive good afternoon to you, Drew.
And I know he is playing because he is on the final table of the PLO tonight. So so Drew is very much at the party poker tables tonight.
Fantastic. So Leigh, what are the guys playing before we start talking to Natalie and Carey?
So it is a medal weekend, which is super exciting. It is also week 50 of leaderboard ladders. How
50.
on earth have we got to week 50? I really do not know, to say the least. But anyway, we did have a slight glitch on Friday night across Party Poker. So there was 2 tournaments that didn't get played on Friday night. Unfortunately, not a lot we can do that. But everybody going into Sunday's tournaments is chasing one Brendan Byrne, the young whippersnapper from Ireland.
Wow.
Who does rather good at this kind of thing, doesn't he? Yeah, he is pretty good. And also a teammate of Carey and Natalie's. So they'll look at him. The very fetching shirt he's got on in there. Very nice.
It's not grey though, Leigh. It's not grey. Okay.
It was grey.
Yeah, very much was. So he was being chased by Aaron Swaziland. Gordon MacArthur was in the mix there as well. Matty Ogilvie from Canada is also in the top 10. Herbert it fell Koffer from Germany. I really should get working on that, his surname.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Absolutely kill it every single time. Anyway, they were all chasing Brendan. So already we've got the deep stack. That's come to a conclusion. We had 80 runners in that. It ended up that Kevin Preem from Germany picked up the win there, beating Joseph Mallett from the UK heads up, with Blair Reid from the UK in third. Richard Rudling Smith finished in 5th in that one. So he picked at some points. He's also picked at some points in the main event that started at 7 o'clock. 78 runners in that. We're on our final table, so we will keep an eye on that. We're down to 7 already. There is one tripling currently 5th of 7 on that final table. Just scooped some chips in the hand, so he's moved up to 4th in chips now. Kim Callow's on there, Alan Gilmore, Ken Klassens from Belgium's on there, David Chang from Canada, and chip leader at the moment on that one is Joachim Kobel from Austria. So good luck to all of you that are left. We've also got the PLO. There are 9 in that, so we're down to the final table in that as well, paying top 7. So both those events are medal events. So top 3 are also going to pick up gold, silver, and bronze tonight. And then finally at 9 o'clock, it's the Sunday Turbo. It's $500 guarantee. But what do we always say, Des? We don't worry about that guarantee. $680 in the prize pool tonight. Now I'm hoping one of our guests might still be playing that tournament. Yes, we do.
Let's have a look. Carey's still in there, is she?
So Carey's still.
I have 24 blinds.
Okay, excellent. So Carey's still going. Natalie, it didn't go as well for, but you know, like
lasted 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything at all. Just going to move on swiftly.
So as is always the way, I will keep putting in the results as we go. We'll see whether anybody can catch Brendan at the top of the table or not tonight, and we'll let you know before the end of the show who's picked up the added value tickets for leaderboard ladders for week 50.
Fantastic. Thank you, Leigh. There is a bunch of you out there. I know there is. I can see a number that says there's a bunch of you out there. say hello, right? Say hello, and we are going to talk back to you. One Brendan Byrne, who has already been mentioned, of course, says, hello, champs. Well, he couldn't be talking to you and I, Leigh, because, frankly, we didn't make the squad. Never mind the team. We didn't make the squad.
Did he say chumps or champs? If it was chumps, he's referring to you.
It could well have been talking to us. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think it was champs, so it had to be the ladies, right? He's talking to the ladies, UK team champions. So why don't we start there? Right, why don't we start there? So I've sort of lost track of the weeks already. I have to say, what was it? 3 weekends ago?
Yes.
3 weekends. That's about right. Talk about the weekend, guys. How did it go for you both individually, and what did it feel like to come out winning the thing?
Amazing.
Speechless. Did you hear that, Leigh? They were both speechless for a brief moment there.
We had a moment then where we just went, it was really good. And both Carey and I made day 2 as well, which was really cool.
Yeah.
We both contributed to points, which always feels really great. Because I think the 3 guys who were left in it at the end just put in such a sterling performance to get us over the line. And they sacrificed a lot of self-glory for the team, which was an incredible gesture and I think indicative of the team that we had. Carey can take this over from me because I had to disappear early, so she was there at the very end when we got crowned, and I think your reaction said it all, didn't it? I think you summed it up better than me.
I cried.
I would have cried. if I'd have been there.
I was like, they're like, come on the camera. I'm like, I can't. I'm crying at the moment. Sorry.
You did the same penguin thing. It was like that. No. I listen. I cried as well because I missed out on a medal. I mean, had we been well, we might not have won a medal. In fairness, I'll never get an APAT medal. Never. Carey, it was very touching to see you sort of upset. And, I remember when you exited on day 2, and again, you were moving around all over the place. I mean, how did it feel at that point? How nervous are you with, I don't know, a couple hours left in the tournament to understand whether you guys are going to go on and win or not? What's the waiting like?
It was hard. It was hard for Simon, to be fair, because he was railing. He was the railbird all day, and every time he came over to my table, I had a good hand. So I'm like, "Stay here, please." So it was really good. My goal was to make day 2. That was my goal, and just to stay in as long as I could. And I couldn't do anything about Jacks versus Ace King when I actually hit my ace on the flop, and he rivered us straight with his jacks. So I'm like, I played it the way I would.
Yeah,
I did. There was maybe one hand. I just knocked someone out. Woohoo! Sorry. So it was great. And I didn't mean to cry, but it was stressful. I mean, it was stressful.
Well, you're going to have to do it all again next year. You're going to have to go back and defend.
I love team events. The other team that I remember the most was I was on Neil Farrell's black belt team when he won it. And we got second. So that was a great year too. So
I think that might be the first time I met you. I do remember us chatting outside the Bolton casino on one of the days, just kind of above the entrance there, having a good old chat about poker in general. I
think I met you the first time I did an American team, to be fair.
Oh, I remember that. That was at Dusk Till Dawn, 2012, with Joe and
was that the year before Black Belt won?
I think so, because actually the first year of the American team, my husband had to take my place because I couldn't get off work. So he's very English.
Oh, we're going to have to ban that. Leigh, take that result off of the records. I mean, they've cheated there.
To be fair, the Americans have not really ever had much of a good record in the World Championships, have they really? It's not been.
He had a green card. He had an American green card. So
okay, put him back in.
Good enough for us. That's good enough for us.
That's ahead of the norm, I have to say.
Yeah.
We don't ask those questions around the Canadian team, for example. We just don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah, we won't talk about Craig. Oh, I'm sorry, I said his name.
I think Craig is fine. He qualifies. But what I love about the Canadian team is they go for it 1,000%. right? They are fully committed because it's different in team events, right? They're completely different to playing an individual poker event. And Natalie, of course, you had the really unusual experience in that you contributed heavily. You're obviously mad passionate about your poker. Obviously went on to win a gold. You had the absolute joy of heading off to a week on the slopes, and you had some challenges over there, of course, and we'll talk about that. But how did it sort of feel, having to walk away partway through the second day, and were you able to keep in touch with the guys to find out how it was going? I know it's difficult with the flight and stuff, but tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I think to make it very clear, this sounds like I was just like completely fleety and not. I think Carey's just won a really big hand. I was. I kind of want to make it pretty clear that I was. This wasn't me being like flaking, only half committed to the team. I was fully prepared if I'd have made final table and won the event, that I was using the winnings to buy a new flight and go out later. That was fine. But obviously, given that I bust relatively early on in day 2, the team were fantastic and gave me the freedom to go and get the flight that I was supposed to get on and leave the team. But it was a really horrible thing to have to leave. It didn't feel nice, and I didn't want to do it. And I was genuinely, the team were amazing at keeping me updated. At one point, I was literally on the phone as people were talking to me live at the tournament desk, from table to table, telling me about hands and reporting on stacks and everything. So I was very much involved from afar. And I've got to say, just purely from I guess this is kind of like a pretty selfish perspective, but when news came through that we'd won, it was tinged with sadness for me, because I wanted to be there so much. I wanted to see the guys. I wanted to hug everybody. I wanted to jump up and down and cheer. And I just wanted to be part of this team. It was a team of people who didn't really know each other that well before we went into it. But we bonded so much purely because of our captain, who did an amazing job at creating this space where we all bonded very well. We had some really great strategy talks. We had some really great, definitely cats. Yeah, we had a great cat group, and Leigh, obviously Leigh was part of our group as well, so he could see that he really Paul did an amazing job of just cementing a friendship. So by the time we all got to Dusk Till Dawn, it was like we knew each other forever. I mean, obviously, a few of us knew each other well. There's a few good friends in the team, but a lot of us were meeting for the first time. So I wanted to be there. I really wanted to. So yeah, I think that was the big lesson that I learned from the team event, is that you're all in with the team event, and if you're going to play it, you are there to the very end. And I would definitely give that piece of advice to anybody who's doing that. Don't arrange flights on. It's not the same as an individual event. It's not like, okay, well, if I bust, I'll get on a flight and go off on my next adventure. It isn't the same. You need to be there till the end.
Yeah.
What you say when you say book another flight, what you meant to say was you could take your winnings and charter a private jet. Yeah. I mean, we're playing for some serious prize pool action there. So
that's definitely true. Yeah, it's an important piece of advice.
They are.
Commit to the end. Commit to the end.
Definitely.
Well, they are quite different. But El Capitano is in the chat box, and Paul says, super proud of these two. Only surprise was that I didn't join Carey with the waterworks. And, there he was with his bottle of champagne and his
really
glasses. And I know he filled a glass for you, Natalie.
He did.
You
that
were
was
on a
the
flight.
best.
He did
Oh,
that.
my God.
Which is fantastic. And the
Two
two boys stepped
funny.
out of the individual event, and they had a glass, and it was just it was a wonderful moment all round.
So I was stood by the tournament desk with Simon Trumper as they're just popping the cork on the champagne, and Simon looks across. It's brilliant conversation. He looks across at me, he says, "Did they bring that in with them?" And I said, no. I said, I'm pretty sure they've just gone and got that from your bar. And he said, bloody hell, it's expensive.
Like 90 quid, he said. Hey, just won 1,000 quid. 90 quid's okay.
Hey, we live big, right? We're the APAT show. Now, guys, I have to say, that was a little weird. It was a little weird that the APAT show team went on to win it, because, as we discussed last week briefly, APAT hasn't won one of those for like 12 years. And Leigh was the captain at that time. So an APAT team has not won this event for 12 years. We've only won it once before. And for the APAT show team to win it, given that we'd been bigging it up for weeks, was pretty incredible.
You were just
Oh, look,
picking the
there's
wrong
Carey
teams.
exiting.
That's just, yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
I was going to say, nice video clip,
Adam
Des.
Neal.
Yeah, good choice. Yeah.
He's
Sorry about that, Carey. Don't
though.
cry.
Oh my God,
Don't
he's a
cry.
man.
I think I'm pretty sure. Looking at that, I reckon she probably had ace king, hit her ace, and then got done on the river.
On
by
a straight.
I
I agree.
I'm just guessing. I mean,
Yeah, it was
I haven't
a
done much of this
brutal
updating
hand.
thing before, but that's my gut feel.
Yeah.
As to how that played out. Yeah.
That's
There was
exactly
a
how it played out.
there was a tremendous atmosphere there, wasn't there? I mean, there was the getting back to poker thing, which was obviously quite big for a lot of people. That event was their first revisit. You had the
it was.
team element, but just there seemed to be an incredible atmosphere across both days, really.
Yeah,
Carey?
it really was.
I'm sorry, what?
What do you think? The atmosphere, did it strike you? Was it good? Was it was it played
great
in good
atmosphere,
faith,
and
the whole thing?
I met some legends of APAT. I met
Oh, yeah.
like Steve Bailiff, and
Oh, dear.
I saw people that
we can only but apologise for that. Sorry.
Oh, I had so
sorry
I was,
about that.
I was
yeah.
following him around on the first night. I was so drunk on the first night, but anyway, um,
I think he's there. There he is. You're back with him. You're just with him there.
You can't have been as
And
drunk
I-
as Danny
well,
Strange
I
was
met
on the
so many
Friday
people
night.
I knew
Ooh,
names
yes.
of, but I
That's
never
not
like
possible.
met them in person. So
There's
got to see
Brendan.
Ian Thompson and
Well,
Carl.
what was
Pilgrim.
great, Kerry, was obviously, especially during lockdown for the last couple of years, so many people have been playing online and but with real names, so you kind of know who you're playing against. And you've not met these people and now we're back at a live event, or it's just you've not seen them for ages because you might have seen them at an APAT event years and years ago. I mean, we had players coming up to us at the desk going, "You're not going to know me, but I know you, and guess who you are." And you're like, "It's really, I've really no idea." And he's like, and it was Gary Young who plays,
Yeah.
obviously plays
Oh,
regularly,
yeah.
Every
with us
like
online.
other night.
And,
Yeah.
and he said, "Yeah." He said, "You just won't." He said, "Yeah, obviously we've never actually met." And it's like, yeah, wow. And got to meet Tom Banks, who's been on the
Yes.
show and came on the show with you, Carey. And
Yeah, I got to meet Tom and give him a hug.
yeah, so
So cool.
so it's great, and new people that have come to APAT in the last couple of years that are now at a live event, and hopefully, well, certainly that team event is not going to, they're just going to want to come back for some more because very much, I think, we're in a situation now where people are back playing live poker, which is great.
I'm gonna have to finally play some individual APAT things because I only play the team events. I've never really, I think.
Well, we've just announced last
yeah.
week our next two events, which are London and Malta. So they're certainly up there. Tom has this evening popped a few more details about London. We're trialing something new at London. So Aspers Stratford, beginning of April, for anyone that's fancying it.
I do
We're
like
running
that.
an online day one for the first time ever. So we're going to give that a go. And we're going to run also 2 live day ones. And we're going to give players the opportunity to fire a bullet, all of them, if they choose to do so.
That's cool.
If you get a day 2 stack and decide you want to have another go at a day 1, you will forfeit your original day 2 stack. But then all day 2 stacks at the start of day 2 will be in the money. So
That's a
slightly
great
different,
idea. I think
different
that's the way
twist
it should be.
on what we do. So it's a 25-minute clock for a day 1 live. It's a 10-minute clock for the online day 1. But then on the day 2, we're back to our 40-minute clock.
Oh, that's cool.
So really, really good structure, but trying to give that value for the players where actually a little bit more flexibility on what you do if you're deciding to go for a poker weekend. We're going to see how that one goes. So Aspers Stratford, if anyone fancies it, we'll give it a whirl. We are down to 5 in the main event here. Tristan's still
I
in,
wonder if you can see this.
so we'll keep an eye on this as well because we're getting a little bit close to the medals now.
Oh, there's the cats. Okay.
It's meow.
Paul
my
is
little
saying
cat.
in the chat box, but the cats can still get in the bin. Not a
It's an
cat
unnecessary
fan.
hatred. No, it's not. He needs to come round. It's just it's
So
unnecessary.
whilst we're talking medals and these guys, see, I mean, again, Des, you're not in the chat. You're not in the team WhatsApp.
Oh, no, I
group.
didn't
We
get
may-
any
I don't know
invites.
whether
Didn't
we
get any
should-
invites.
whether we should
What was
invite them.
I'm in the Black Country
We
Poker
need to
Club
put
chat.
Tez in our chat.
Those are the guys
He's-
that
he's
love
in-
me.
He's in with the Black Country Poker guys, yeah. So, so all the chat today in the group has been about medals, Des, but not APAT medals.
Oh.
So
The what now?
Carey, would you like to explain exactly
This is
where
awesome.
and where you've been today and what
Oh,
you've
wow.
been up to? Anyone, well, for
Okay,
everybody,
I got 2.
everybody that won't know. So,
I got a few.
Wow.
so
What the hell?
Amazing.
Explain, Carey, where you've been today.
I got a few. Okay, so I'm a master's athlete. So master's athletics is for 35-year-olds and over, and I'm in the women's 50 age category, and it was the British Masters.
How do they
Champion-
let you into the over 50s, Carey? I don't
Oh,
understand.
I can't believe it.
How do they let you into that? How does that work?
How did they let you into the
Between 50
Masters
and
anyway?
54.
Yeah.
I'm between 50 and 54.
No, don't. I'm not accepting that.
Anyway.
Do not accept that age.
I was born in 1970. Come on. Anyway, so I got 2 golds in the British Masters Championships in hammer and weight throw. I got a bronze in shot put, and I got a silver in discus.
Wow.
That's
Strong.
That's what I've been doing.
Strong as well.
Whereabouts was this, Carey? Whereabouts did you go for this?
It was at Leigh Valley in Edmonton, in London.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Fantastic. Well
Yeah.
done.
So
Congrats.
good. Bravo, Carey. Bravo.
I have videos and pictures, but I was too late to give them to you.
But tell me this: how popular is that type of event? I mean, how many people compete? Who sort of numbers are you up against?
There was 663 entries today.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's anywhere from age 35
Amazing.
to, I think there were some 85-year-olds in their age category in there. So
Wow.
And do you have to do anything to qualify to get to
no,
compete there? Or
you just have to pay to get in for
She's
each
got to be
event.
alive, Lee. You've got to be alive at the
Des,
day of the
Des,
event.
why, Des,
it's just,
what,
you know-
Come on, what would be your event? Your athletics event? Des?
Oh,
What would you pick?
well, I mean, crikey, I think I've forgotten how to do it, but I used to run once upon a time. I used to sprint.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
I used to sprint when I was a teenager.
we had a really funny situation on it. It was about 2 weeks ago, and I'm sat here in the back office, right? It's in the back of the house, and Sean runs in. She runs in and she says, Des, they're trying to get in through the front door. So I'm thinking, the what now? So I turn around and she's panicking. She's running back towards the hallway, and I run and I grab a couple of knives. I'm kidding you not. I look like a really short skier with a couple of knives. And what had happened, I swear to God, what had happened is 4, I dread to say youths, but 4 hoodied whatever, they'd stolen the catalytic converter off of the hybrid car next door. They put it up on blocks. They had that thing out. Sean somehow managed to, what's that noise? Put her head outside, and she saw 4 sort of hooded guys who told her to get away quickly, which she did. Then they threw some stones in the general direction of the house because I guess they didn't want anyone following them. And she thought they were trying to get into our house. So a panic ensued. Obviously, when I ran out, they were gone. The whole thing took about 2 minutes. Incredible
That's
stuff.
convenient timing, Des. Did you?
To be
did
fair,
you
if
look
you
behind the window?
came running at me with a couple of knives, Des,
I mean, look, I
I
finished my spreadsheet, right? Because you don't want to lose that, right? You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose the work, right? So I saved
can't-
that, put it in the right folder.
Autosave these days. Can
Well,
you
you
So-
don't want to, you don't want to lose it, right? That was a lot of work. There was at least 15 minutes invested in that, right, with my copper. I walked out leisurely to the kitchen, obviously, because, you're not going to find the knives between, but I'll tell you what, I've got hammers. I've got hammers positioned all over the house now in very tactical places. I'm not kidding you. Two slightly older people, they didn't hear anything. And then we do have a neighborhood WhatsApp. There's never been crime on this street before, but there were people sending in like videos of youngsters passing their Ring doorbells, like coming down the street and then running off up the street. Who knew?
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'd have just
Goodlands.
obviously I'm in Dorset, so I'd have just reached for my axe. That probably would have been the thing I'd have gone for. That would have been fine. Yeah.
Oh,
What
well,
neighbourhoods do you people live in?
oh, I tell you what. I'm
This
kidding.
nonsense.
I was straight on the internet and I thought, right, I've got to buy a shotgun, obviously, because the bloke next door to me has got a hybrid car that makes us a target. Wow, it's not really a hybrid car any longer, of course. And it's still there. It's still sat on the bricks that they put it on to get under it, because the police have no interest. They don't care about something like that, right? It's a non-contact sport, this type of crime. People come in, take them 2 minutes, they grab the converter, off they go. They empty the radium or whatever the hell is in there, and they sell it.
It's worth quite a bit, isn't it?
It's worth quite a bit. It absolutely is. But it's a victimless crime, and it's treated as an insurance job. So the two older people next door, they got to go through the bloody insurance company. It's mad.
Wow.
The whole thing.
But that's not victimless, because they've got an excess that they have to pay, so they are going to be out of pocket to an extent.
Technically, yes, but in the grand scheme of criminal activity, the police aren't interested, which was disappointing because certainly Sean was a bit shocked by the whole thing. Now, these guys have absolutely no interest in Sean whatsoever. They just want to get their box and be on their way. They just don't want to be interrupted for the 2 minutes that they're there. The old people, as I said, they didn't even know the whole thing was going on until sort of we knocked on their door after the event. I'd put my weapons away at that point, you'll be happy to know. I hid my bow and arrow behind the door.
In all seriousness,
I felt like Katniss.
Are you? I mean, I don't know whether it's also partly maybe with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, but you do kind of think about these things, about how would you bear arms to kind of defend your property if it was necessary. When you see what's going on in Ukraine at the moment, and it is, it's. I mean, there's a video of but I don't know whether you've seen this one. It's the Ukrainian public just walking towards Russian soldiers and just well, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're just going to walk towards you, and obviously the Russian soldiers are just like firing into the air, and just and what do you do? It's kind of it's a strange one at the moment, isn't it? When you're seeing the kind of pictures of what's going on over in Ukraine, you just think, well, crikey, it isn't that long ago. There were kind of our previous generations in our country kind of potentially thinking that could well have happened in this country. With the two world wars, it's very strange times. I certainly do think about this stuff. Am I the only one, or does
no?
I think everybody's thinking about it.
Mind.
I'll tell you what really kicked it up a level, I think, over the last few days, when that video of the Sky News journalists in their car being shot at by a sniper somewhere. I think that kicked it up a level because, Jesus Christ, don't look for it. Don't look for it. It will disturb you.
I don't want to.
It will disturb you because, it's one thing to hear more general messaging as Carey just nips out to get that video quickly. And it's another thing to see it, and it was, dear God, it was horrendous. It was horrendous. So Carey will rejoin in just a moment, guys. So how are we doing here, Leigh? We've got 4 left.
We're on the money. We're on the medal bubble. Guys have already guaranteed $215 here with the 4 players remaining. There's quite even stacks, actually. Short stacks, 870. Big stacks, just over $1 million. So all 4 of them very clever, but only 3 of them are going to get medals here. Unfortunately, we're down to 5 in the PLO, which means we're 2 off the medals in that one, with one Michelle Gascoigne.
Wow.
Currently 3rd in chips there. Obviously, we've got you both on, which we just decided. I think, Natalie, I think it was you that suggested, let's go for the nearest Sunday to International Women's Day to get you on the show. And Michelle is doing her bit in the PLO tonight, say currently 3rd of 5 in that. So
it was good to see her again.
Yeah, yes. She's lovely. She's really, really just such a nice person to talk to. There was so many people. I mean, as I said last week, there were just hugs and kisses and some deep conversations. It was just so nice to see people.
Hugs and kisses. Where all this came from, I don't.
Well, because I don't know about you, Leigh. I mean, obviously, I went round the back of the club and I had a few.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
That wasn't happening on the floor. No, it was. It was just there was a warmth in the room. That's just what it felt like to me, certainly. And obviously, I knew most of the people I was hugging and kissing.
Well, that's okay then.
I had the first girl kiss.
There was it was mostly with Sinclair, the bouncer.
Yeah,
did you? You had a girl kiss? Nice. Okay.
She had her first girl kiss, which
lovely.
That was the very first conversation me and Carey had when
it's not snog.
No, did you? I need to know. Did your head go sideways? That's the important thing, right? It's all in the
It
angle.
didn't actually.
It didn't go sideways. Well,
No.
Wow.
That's
She
fake
said
news.
where is this
Fake
conversation
news.
going?
He told me it had to be 3 seconds. So I was like, okay. I'm a huggy person. I'm not a kissy person.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
more a huggy person as well. Yeah.
Lee's from the South Coast. He doesn't do any of that nonsense. No. Chalks away, fella. No.
That genuinely is the worst Welsh accent I think I've ever heard. It really,
I don't think it meant to be Welsh, to be honest.
Here we are on the fields of Welsh Pool. Are you sure they don't talk like that, Lee? Because the people in North Wales talk like that, I'm telling you. Are you telling me they're not real
sounding
Welsh
like,
people?
You're sounding like David Tennant's Phileas Fogg from 80 Days Around the World, which I've just.
Oh, it takes me back. Do you remember the when we did the online WCOAP, of which Natalie was a big part? She was in and did several shows with us, and we opened the whole thing up. Oh, Carey's gone again. She feels left out of this one. We opened the whole thing up. I don't know if you remember. We did a little skit. I think it was. I don't know what it was, but there was definitely an old World War One feel to it.
I do remember it. Yes.
Oh, I do remember that. That was the oddest thing I've
Here
ever
we
seen.
are in the fields of. I think it was something to do with the war. Don't mention the war.
Yeah, because did you not, before we did the show, did you not put like Blackadder style mustaches on all of the team?
I
all the
did.
presenters?
Yes, he
I
did.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
He had time in his hands back then.
Oh, I tell you, I had a look for it. a while ago, right? Not too long ago, within the YouTube thing, and it wasn't there. The first two or
really?
three
That's
episodes of the WCOAP online weren't there, so I need to figure out where they are and just tag them because they were good, they were fun. That was a really great 17 days. I have to say.
So
I love that
just
so
in the PLO, we've I should just a little shout out. We lost Melvin Carter in sixth. Melvin's first ever APAT game. So very well done to Melvin.
Well done.
Finished sixth.
Good job, sir.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yay.
So well done, Melvin. So, all good stuff. So so we're still four-handed here. David Chang's taken a little bit of a chip lead. Tristan's now sat on 670. Blinds are at 17 and a half, 35,000. So
Come on, Tristan.
Still doing all right. He's got just under 20 bigs, so he's no one's in any rush here, to be honest. They're the guys are all fairly well stacked.
That's right. Just remember, guys, if you happen to make top three, you get a medal. Tom will deliver that personally. Do you remember that from last week, Leigh? Do you remember Tom delivering the medal?
Oh yes, yeah.
Was that Natalie's house? Or?
There you go. That, my friends, is Tom delivering the medal.
Did Natalie get hers?
No, he did send me a message yesterday saying, "Oh my God, I'm the absolute world's worst, and I've forgotten to send it to you, but I'm going to put it in the post tomorrow." So I was like, "It's fine." Right. To be honest, I'm literally just waiting because we've only got one APAT. No, we've got two APAT medals in this house, one silver and one bronze. And we don't have a gold yet. So literally the day it arrives, I'll be like that in front of Mr. Bromley's face, like, do you have one of these? No, you don't. I do. Not that we're uber competitive or anything, but yeah, I'll be...
that is funny.
I'll be gloating somewhat.
Quite right. You can't buy them. You can't buy them unless there's demand, right? If there's demand, we will sell them to you. Don't you worry. We can get lots of them, right, Leigh?
Oh, yeah, we've got a small stock. Yeah, it'll be fine.
We can do that.
Won't be a problem at all. So yeah, on picking up medals, obviously London is coming up, but Malta is another one which Tom's announced. And I'd just say if you do fancy a trip to Malta, end of April, I think it's the weekend of the end of April, beginning of May. Everybody I know has been out so far to an APAT event out in Malta, just absolutely raves about it. If you fancy like having a little bit of a break and a bit of poker, then I would highly recommend it. So.
Yeah, I would love to do that one. Leigh, I'm going to throw you what they call a hospital pass here, but I'm going to throw it anyway. When do you think are we going to get a sight of the WCAP dates?
Wow.
Oh, there's a
Crikey.
grenade.
Well, I'm just
Wow.
asking the question that our audience is asking right now, right? I
Oh,
gotta ask
really?
it.
Oh, fantastic.
I can answer
Yeah.
it as well if you can say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Des.
No, well, it is a not sure. Only in that, we're just trying to tie up a few bits and pieces, and we will be able to get some kind of save the dates out there to everybody, to be able to go with. Then obviously more details to follow. But hopefully, we're hoping that was going to be, this week or coming. But it might well be that it ends up being a couple of weeks after that. Now we'll see.
Yeah.
But as soon as we can get that tied up with Party Poker and the guys and the venue, we will get that date out to you so you can get them booked into your calendars.
But it'll be sooner, right? It'll be sooner than you might expect.
Well, though I did see, I think it might have been Eddie that posted up looking for some Romanian players for potentially the team event and was talking about August. But obviously it was brought to his attention that you did already mention, Des, a couple of weeks ago, I think on the show, that there were rumors going around at Dust Till Dawn that August was going to be the dates for it, and you did make it quite clear that that pretty much wasn't going to be the case, that it was going to be August, and it's likely to be sooner.
If I was a betting man, I'd think sooner. I would think, if you're an international team captain, I'd be thinking names and stuff like that. I would.
Yeah, but if you are interested in getting involved in the international team event, and we already haven't got a country kind of in, or even we can even put you in contact with whoever the captain might already be, because bear in mind we did have this event lined up for 2 years ago before this. I don't know whether you've heard about this thing, guys. There was a thing called COVID. It's vague. You might not remember it because of the Ukrainian war thing that's going on, but there was this COVID thing that's been doing the rounds last couple of years, and it stopped a few things from happening. One of them being our WCOAP that was going to be at Dust Till Dawn 2 years ago, but we already had, I think Tom said to me it was 16 or 17 countries potentially lined up for that. Oh, wow. So we're going back to the original captains, to be fair to them, to give them a shout. Apart from the England captain, who we've just decided, well, the guy can't even score points in a team championship, so we don't. So we won't bother.
What has he ever done, eh?
He's done nothing.
Can I ask how many?
Absolute nothing.
Can I ask how many people are in a team on those? Four for the international team event. Okay. So there's 4 in total. Yeah.
Do you remember, Carey, you played on one?
Would you believe?
I know, but it went to 5. The one
it did go to 5. It did.
But would you believe it, Des, that even the cash from the UK team championship doesn't put the skipper over the $200,000 mark on the Hendon mob?
Wow, that's pretty. There are those of us. There are those of us who would be pretty impressed with anything approaching that. I have to say, $2,000, marvelous.
He couldn't even cash at GUKP Coventry to get in there.
He went deep though, didn't he? He went deep. He
missed out by about. Wasn't even close to the bubble. He was like 12 away. I mean, that's not even close to the bubble.
I feel like we have to jump to the defense of our skipper.
They haven't even gone. They haven't even gone hand for hand at that point, have they? They haven't even gone hand for hand.
Don't mess with our skipper.
Danny Strange is in the chat. Says, "Well done, Melvin. Pretty sick busto, mate." So I'm guessing Melvin must be a friend of Danny Strange's.
Lee.
Danny was obviously railing him. So
Lee, I've just had a text message from Danny. Actually, just wondering if he can get into the this evening's 7:30 p.m. event.
Is it just him, Des, or has he got any mates?
He's got a few mates. He's got about 35 of the lads.
Are they at the bar?
The mates. They want to get in for the 7:30. I said we've got 4 left in it. I can't help you. We've got 4 left. Can't help you.
Oh dear. Sorry, Danny. Nothing we can do for you, my friend. Nothing we can do for you.
But maybe, Danny, we can get you into last week's event. Right? Keep trying.
We're in the bubble. We're on the bubble.
We are on the medal bubble. I'm in both the No Limit Hold'em and the PLO now, and we are on the money bubble in the Sunday Turbo Knockout, of which Carey is now currently 11th of the 12 remaining players. There's 3 of you there.
I lost a huge hand, so I'm really
okay. So there's 3 of you, Jamie McCarthy and Dietmar Rudolph, and Carey, the 3 that I've got. You've got about 6 or 7 bigs, haven't you? Actually, so it's not too bad.
I'll tell you what, Carey, just get them in. Right, that's the secret. We've done this before. We have a very good record in terms of telling people to get them in.
And then they lose.
To be honest, To be honest, I've just remembered, actually, no, that hasn't worked well for us at all. I was remembering something completely different.
I've heard that, doesn't
But it's
work.
really quite
the APAT
entertaining.
showcase. It's very
But
funny.
this is genuinely cool. This doesn't happen very often where one of our guests is still playing poker by the time we start the show. This is really, I mean, this is
I started
quite a
playing
rare
poker
thing.
5 minutes before we started the show.
That's okay. Tristan's all in. He's already got a raise from Kim and then called by David Chang.
Here
Tristan from the small blind made the shove and got the other two to fold. So well done, Tristan.
That's good. I think the last time we had a guest run deep, Leigh, was Matt Pitt. And we even put pictures of him up in his pajamas, and we still couldn't destroy his game. We tried everything we knew.
Yeah, it wasn't to be, was it?
I don't want to be the bubble.
No, you won't be the bubble.
You won't be. You'll be good.
I'm pretty good. So I'm interested to know. Obviously, it's International Women's Day on Tuesday. I want to say, is that right?
No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? 6th,
Tomorrow?
7th.
7th or 8th?
It's the 8th.
It is the 8th.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's the
Sorry,
8th.
it's Tuesday. Well done.
So we obviously did a little bit for International Women's Day a year ago, Natalie, which you were part of with what we did with the Orbit and other bits and pieces. I'm just an interested question to know, where do you think things have moved on as far as women in poker go from maybe 12 months ago, or even from a few years before that? There's been a lot of changes with the kind of the online profile. You've got Vanessa Cade was story that came out, and she's very recently stepped down from the site that she was on because for one reason or another. Nothing seems to have changed very much at GG Poker with kind of what's gone on there, even though they've affiliated with the Flip Group and looking to try and sort things out. But has things moved on in the last 12 months in as far as kind of women in poker go, or not really?
No, it really hasn't. Now, there's probably a very good reason for that, in that nothing's really progressed in the world in the last 12 months. We've all been very much in a hiatus for the past 2 years and nothing's really moved. So we give people a significant amount of benefit of the doubt with that. And companies have got other things that they've needed to put their resources into. I think the disappointment from our perspective is that the headlines and the news that's been out there that has concerned women in poker hasn't exactly been particularly positive. We've had the very public spat with Vanessa Cade and Dan Bilzerian. We've had the Vanessa Cade then leaving her America's Card Room sponsorship. We've then had the heads up battle between Bilzerian and, forgive me, the girl's name, I can't remember off the top of my head, who won the Dan Bilzerian welcome tournament on GG, and the first prize was the cash, and then obviously a chance of a heads up match, a 10k heads up match with Bilzerian, which never happened, and it's just gone silent. And
that's idea. Dan just popping in. Yeah,
that was Dan.
I love it. That's my favorite thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. And very apt as well. So yeah, it very much feels like at any time we've had a woman, a female.
All right, I'm going to shove.
Oh, go on, Carey.
Oh, here we go.
I just wanted to say something about the women's in poker.
Go.
I started in the end of 2007 or start of 2008 in the women's poker tour that Betfred used to have. Sorry if I'm not allowed to say anyone else's name.
No, of course you can. No, it's fine. No.
But that's when I started. And I met so many amazing women on that tour.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember the Betfred women's tour.
There are amazing women. There are amazing women.
It ran 4 years, and I saw so much of the UK doing that and met so many cool women. And I always play women's tournaments. I love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wouldn't disagree. Sorry, I'm just putting my laptop's going to run out of battery, guys. Hence why I've just
no
screen.
Clubs.
I'm just putting my thing.
What are we shouting for, Carey? Tell us what we need to shout for.
I'm out.
Oh
no!
I'm on 11th though. I didn't bubble.
However,
I went out 11th.
Busted, but did finish in 11th rather than 12th. Was it a three-way all-in, Carey?
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So three-way all-in.
The worst hand won, of course.
But you do get them in cash. And whilst we're also talking about that, we've also had a bust out. Kim Callow has gone in the main event, which means Triplin has a medal.
Yay! Well done, Triplin.
My my black belt teammate.
All we need to do now is work out what color it's going to be.
Gold.
So
Come on,
still
Tris.
four in the
Gold.
PLO.
Actually,
Always
I
believe
was on
reference,
a
Des.
black belt team with Tristan. The first team event or first live event he ever did with black belt. It was a BCPC team event. So, and he did so well on that. He made day 2 on that.
Very, very popular guy. How can you not
Yeah,
absolutely
we like
adore him?
Tristan.
Yeah, I met him through black belt.
Yeah, he is one hell of a guy, and I adore him very much.
No, absolutely. So I guess the question is, with the ladies' tour, there isn't one anymore, is there?
No,
is that something you'd like to see come back, or not?
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, just because it was like a family. We had our own little. We toured around the whole UK playing 110-pound tournaments.
That's amazing. I would like that to come back. That would be nice.
Yeah, I met, who did I meet through there? Lynn Boma. I met so many. There's too many. Katie Swift. I met her on there, and her sister.
Deborah Worley Roberts. She
played. Oh yeah,
Keenan,
I met her.
She?
That's how I met them.
Yeah.
But surely Diver and the flip community are the perfect people who could bring that back.
Yeah, of course they could.
That would be such an amazing thing to do.
But they've got an event on.
They have, yes, this coming Sunday. So it's an International Women's Day special at 235 Casino in Manchester. And amazingly, and this is just super, and I am openly critical about GG in a lot of ways, but this is a fantastic opportunity that they've put forward. They have put their money where their mouth is in supporting this event. It's a £60 buy-in with an opportunity for one re-entry, I think. And GG have added to the winner, as well as this amazing, completely badass trophy, which I want and I intend to win.
Trophy.
It's a cool trophy. But they've also added a package to fly out the winner to play the WSOP Ladies event in Vegas this summer.
Nice.
And that is amazing.
That's
yeah, for a £60 buy-in.
Can men enter? Can I come and play that?
No.
Even if I wear the red wig and the orange shirt? No? Damn.
I don't know what the rule is about the GG event, actually. I don't know whether or not it's women, but men are invited as well. But it's an International Women's Day special, so it's there to celebrate. And it's the first one, and I think that's a great thing to do. And I think Diver should be super, super proud of putting that together. And I really hope people turn out in numbers to support it. I will be there. And I know a lot of people look. And actually, there are some people from Europe who are flying over, especially for the event, which is
brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is
so
awesome.
that's this Sunday coming 13th.
What
are you
time
doing for that, Carey? I think it's 2:00. Are you coming up for it?
No, because I'm a team manager for an athletics.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame.
Well,
I think there'll be
women's team, though. It's a women's team.
Yes.
Talking about women's poker, I'm just going to quickly flip over to the PLO table because Michelle has got herself a medal and is currently all in against Davor Tutman. So is it going to be so it's doubling up Davor, but Davor's very, very short.
Yeah, very short.
Wow.
Very, very short.
Come on,
stack,
Michelle.
yeah.
Come on.
We've got Michelle in with a medal, Tristan with a medal.
Oh, I like the PLO.
And we'll see what.
I'm so rubbish at PLO.
So am I, but I play way too many hands. But it's fun.
Well, let's keep an eye on this because this could be a move from a bronze to a silver for Michelle.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to be because Davor Tutman's going to finish in third place. So Michelle is now playing heads up against Thomas Gelezinus.
2-1's not that bad either.
It's very good, Leigh.
This might take a while.
He's Irish.
Is he? Come on, Thomas.
He's Irish.
Come on, Tommy.
No, come on, Michelle. International Women's Day weekend. We've got to have this.
Yeah, I'd have to call for Michelle.
Yeah. So, Natalie, are we allowed to talk about what you're
Trips all in here
doing that event as well? Is that something which you want to talk about?
I'm so sorry. Say that again. You broke up.
I said, are we allowed to talk about what you're got planned at that event as well?
Yes.
Go for it then.
Very lovely. So I have been planning this for quite some time now, and it's something that Leigh and I have talked about, and I've talked about with some close friends as well. One of the things I identified quite some time ago, actually, probably International Women's Day last year, I identified a gap in the women's poker industry. There are some fantastic women's groups out there, and they have, you know, similar aims, and all of those aims were very much to create opportunities for women in poker, to promote equality, to get more women into the game. And I often felt that there was missing an opportunity there to also highlight and use that platform to divert some much needed resources into women's charities. So I have started a charitable organisation, foundation, whatever you want to call it, which is called Hearts of Queens. And it is going to work within the poker industry to raise money and get supplies purely for women's charities. And the idea being is that we go from festival to festival, and we focus on the city that festival is in. So we launched this on Sunday at the Flip International Women's Day event in Manchester. And we will be asking all the players who come to play that to bring donations of toiletries, sanitary products,
Fantastic.
Easter eggs for children, cash if they want to donate cash. And everything that we collect on the day, Adam and I are going to be bringing a car with bags in the back and collecting everything. And everything that we collect on the day will be split between the Emmeline Trust, which is a women's only food bank in Manchester, and the Pankhurst Trust, which is a shelter for domestic abuse victims in Manchester. So the local community get the funds from that. When we go to, say, GUKPT Luton, for example, we will then look to work with charities around the Luton area. So it's very much bringing the local community into focus. It will start with things like food banks and shelters, but in time, I've got ideas to help end period poverty in schools, reading initiatives, get books in community centres and in food banks for girls who maybe don't have the access to education that they want to. So I've got big plans, but it launches this Sunday. So if anybody gets a Facebook request from me for an initiative called Hearts of Queens, men, women, please join. It would be great if we can raise some much needed funds for women's charities. So
wow, that's super commendable, Natalie.
Thank
I mean,
you.
and you know, it's a great vision, but the thing is, I think you can really succeed at this. I think you've spotted something that doesn't exist in poker today. I went to a football match yesterday, and going all the way up to Liverpool, there are major poverty-related issues in parts of Liverpool, and the club and the fans support food banks, and the London Supporters Club. Everybody who got on that coach yesterday brought a bag load of stuff. And
that's amazing.
It's very prescribed, right?
Good.
So it's very prescribed what you should bring. So here's the back of the coach, just every young people, old people, you've got to bring long life stuff and all of that sort of good stuff.
Yeah.
But what a just a great thing to do. Everybody came with a bag of stuff. And
That's
a
amazing.
huge amount of stuff goes straight to the food banks, and it helps people. It genuinely helps people.
I think one of the reasons why I highlighted this as well is that the poker family is so wonderfully unique. It's a family that is there's money flying around in it, so there's resources there. But it's the strangest environment where lifelong friendships can be formed over a final table bubble, and it's like the amount of contacts that you can get from those, and it doesn't take much to, and it attracts players from all walks of life, and there will be people in that. I just kind of look at it and I think, you know what? People go on, they'll spend flicking $109 tournament and have a couple of re-entries. There are families out there where they don't have that opportunity to do something like that because $109 has to feed a family of 4 for a month. And I just think the poker family is very aware of that, and they're very generous with their money, and they will donate to causes if you ask them to, and it's something that they believe in. And I think we can speak to people and say, look, this is your neighbour, this is your family, this is people in the community in the poker community who've had to use food banks or have been victims of domestic abuse or just need help with a child who needs access to education or something like that. So I just think it's a perfect environment to get people to help.
Well, that is super. Well, feel free to promote that very good cause through the APAT group. I mean, we're 100% supportive of that. Super. That is fantastic. Well, I hope it's a big success in Manchester. It'd be great to see a very successful event. It'd be great to see a very successful, initiative launch. That'd be really brilliant. Very, very good.
Yeah, it really will. We've I spoke to a good friend of mine who's put me in touch with the Poker News team this afternoon, who are doing a piece on Tuesday for International Women's Day, and they've very kindly agreed to add that to the article. So, gosh, what a wonderful thing that you can get that level of exposure from something that is so new. It's launched. I mean, gosh, I've been talking about this to Leigh for 6 months, maybe, Leigh, and then I was like, you know what, I've just got to get on with this and actually do it.
Yeah.
And it's not ready. I don't have a logo. I don't have half the resources I need, but you know what? We're just going to do it, and it'll grow organically, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Just get on with it.
Amen to that. So the very best of luck to Natalie. Do you have any other, collaborators with you at the moment, Natalie, or will you see that grow over time also?
Yeah, it will grow over time. Now, obviously, it's just me and Adam at the moment. Obviously, there are some key women in certainly in England, who are affiliated divers already. Been in touch to say she's super supportive. She's helping with the launch on Sunday. I need to speak to Carey. I need to speak to all of the people who are affiliated with different poker rooms, and just see because the bigger the poker names that can get involved, the bigger the reach, and that's the aim. I can't do this by myself. And the idea is that we want as many donations as possible, and we want this to grow.
Absolutely. Listen, Natalie, just talking about the bigger the poker names that could get involved, a big, women's poker name who we have already discussed a short while ago, has been mentioned in the chat box. Where has it gone to here now? John Murray, Mr. Murray is out there. Has Vanessa Cade not had a positive impact? So, of course, he's talking about within the women's game generally, and we know she's had a really super interesting time. But is she somebody, that you would consider, or is she too international in terms of where she's positioned?
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no reason why this initiative can't and shouldn't go international. Right now, it's been run out of my office at home, so it's need to be able to just get it off the ground. But it's not just about me running this, and eventually we want to get as many people collaborating with this as possible. And if I can get a representative being part of Hearts of Queens from every single country, and they are the ones that organise it, that would be my ultimate dream. Get somebody from France, Germany, Spain, America, and they run their Hearts of Queens America, Hearts of Queen France, and they take it on board. That would be the ultimate. That would be amazing, and take this worldwide for sure. But yeah, she has made a very positive impact, to answer his question.
Yeah, no, we'll watch this space, guys, to see how this thing grows. Tom Banks out there, good luck with the foundation, Natalie. So I'm sure you get a lot of love for this one, when the news does get out there. Triplin is there as well. Thanks for the love, guys. He had a few tables open. He was trying to watch the darts at the same time, so he wasn't involved in the discussion. But nonetheless, he was super happy with his bronze. Guy opened small to big last 4 orbits. I tried to make a stand. Alas, it didn't work out. Not a bad night's work, Tristan, and we're all very happy for you, my friend. Tristan.
Yeah, absolutely. Tristan picked up $300 and the bronze medal tonight. So and we're left there with Joachim Kobil with pretty much a 10-1 chip lead over David Chang from Canada. So that's why I switched over to the other table, because Michelle is heads up against Thomas from Ireland. Thomas has got about a 3-1 chip lead, but that's not over by a long shot in Omaha. So we'll see. Players are on a break as we're 5 to the hour. We've got 6 left in the turbo knockout for the week. So they're well into the money now in that one. And Tristan is chip leader in that one. So
there he goes. He's got a few tables openly.
Yeah, so he is very much multi-tabling at the moment.
Good lad.
With that, and we'll see how that works out. But so it's 5 to the hour. So players on a break. They'll be back in about a minute or so, and we will see how it plays out down to its conclusion. Who's going to get what colour medals tonight?
We'll see. So Leigh, I mentioned that I'd been on a bus, and I showed you a little video from the bus. Of course, heading up to a football match in Liverpool against West Ham. We stopped on the M42 at the services, right, for a 10-minute wee, right? We were told specifically, there's no McDonald's, right? Don't go to McDonald's. If you're not back in 10 minutes, right, we're leaving without you, okay? Because it was a London bus, obviously. We're leaving without you, mate, right?
There is something that I find quite amusing, because as a Man United fan, the abuse Manchester United gets for where its fans come from. So where exactly did you travel from to get to Liverpool for the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Surrey.
it sort of feeds into this
Surrey,
story
isn't it?
because clearly
Surrey, yeah.
we left our location at exactly the same time as the West Ham fans left their location. And we arrived at this services there was just loads of West Ham coaches, right? Loads of coaches. We pull up beside.
Your knives? Did you have your knives with you?
Yeah, listen, I had the bow and arrow, I had a shotgun, right, sawn off at the back, right, it's really small, inside my coat, right, Terminator style.
Watching far too much Walking Dead. Yeah.
But anyway, scary as that might seem, this is even scarier. So I got off of the coach, right, and I'm walking, because I've only got 10 minutes now, 9.5 minutes, I'm walking towards the thing, and I hear a, "Hey, Des," right? "Hey, Des." It wasn't quite in that accent. I look around. It's only one Don Roberts. What the hell is Don Roberts doing there? Well, he's a West Ham fan. He's going to the game. So we had a bit of a chat. Des and Don Roberts. He's a hammer. I'm a red. Going to the game. It was lovely.
That's it. About. There's something quite nice about catching a bus to a football match. It's a good vibe.
It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. Didn't get back till 3:00 in the morning, though. That was the problem.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's late.
We're on the way down, right? It's about midnight. We're on the way down. We're an hour and a half, 2 hours from London, and somebody said to me, "How are you getting home then?" And I said, "Haven't a clue. Haven't a clue. We'll get to Euston, right? He'll drop us off at Euston, and goodness knows I'll figure it out from there." Hadn't got that far in my planning. Was having too good a time.
I love football travels like that. They're the best away days
It was
ever.
absolutely superb. Swapped, telephone numbers with a lot of people. At one point, I took a picture of the bus, right, facing forward, right, so you can see the motorway and stuff. And posted it up. Said, off for a bit of banter on the Twitter. Off for a bit of banter. We're doing the thing. And a couple of minutes later, a young guy came from the back of the bus. Right, he walked up. He tapped me on the shoulder and he showed me my Twitter thing, and he said, "Is this you?" And I went, "It is, mate."
Way.
I said, "It is, mate. Do you want me to sign your phone?" So, so he disappeared off back down to the back of the bus quickly with a story.
I've only been on a bus to go to a concert before. That was fun.
Oh, it's the same thing. I used to go to Springsteen concerts on a bus with a fan club way back. Fantastic time.
It was like something I won on the radio. I used to win tickets to concerts all the time when I was a teenager in 20s. And yeah,
I've never met anybody who's won any of those before. I've never won. I'm terrible at winning competitions and raffles and things. That's impressive.
It was Genesis.
Oh no, that's good.
Terry, where did you grow up? Where were you?
I grew up in Michigan.
Okay.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold
Very
over there,
cold.
Carey. I know that. Winter.
It's cold, but it's hotter during the summers.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Do you miss it? Or-
No.
Wow. Okay. Hang on. Do you want to think about that for a second? No.
People ask me that all the time, and also you guys say my name. You say the word Carey 2 different ways, and that one's. I always get asked how I say my name, but we only.
How
say
do
Carey.
you say your name?
We only say Carey one way in America. We don't.
Carey.
No matter how it's
Carey,
spelled.
it's Carey, isn't it? It's Carey.
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 There we go.
I've been saying Carey, I think, as in Carey Bradshaw.
Sorry, my husband's sitting next to me. So
Carey.
As a-
Carey. I can't do it. I just say Carey. Don't.
Oh, we've got a domestic, folks. Quick.
I know.
He'll tell me how to say it, but I'm saying it the way I say it.
I mean, I'd count yourself quite lucky, to be honest, because I very rarely get called my first name, and a lot of the variations of my name I get are much more offensive than just pronouncing your first name wrong. So I'd count that on the plus side that it's just a slight variation of a pronunciation.
I think I'll show up in Manchester next Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
After my athletics. I can help
Yes.
you with your charity thing.
Definitely.
The social worker in me was going, yes, this is great.
That would be amazing. That would be really amazing. That would be good. Hopefully, we'll get lots of donations and we'll carry me to my car.
Hopefully
It
we get
will be
lots
a
of donations. We'll be able to get a taxi back.
It will definitely be a success, that's for sure, because it has one Natalie Bromley at the head of it.
Oh,
So it
don't
will
you
make
be
me
go.
a
cry.
success.
Yeah.
I'll be sobbing. This is what the APAT show team will be forever known as, a bunch of sobbers. We just
Oh, we've been called worse.
Yeah, very true. We just sob at everything. We're getting all emotional.
Tom Banks has just said in the chat, laugh out loud. She took about 2 seconds to answer. I was like, yeah.
It was
as
like-
to whether you miss Michigan or not. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Oh, what's going on?
No, don't miss the snow. My husband liked it. He didn't want to leave.
Do you go back?
Can we
do
move
you
to
go
England?
back to the States very much? I mean, do you go to Vegas at all?
I've
or-
never been to Vegas. I've never really been west of the Mississippi, to be fair,
Oh, you got to do
except
Wow.
in Minnesota.
it. Carey, you have to do it. Vegas is amazing.
I will at some point. I can
Well,
play the
come
seniors
on,
and
yeah.
the ladies event.
Come and play on Sunday, ship it, get
Yeah,
the GG
yeah.
package to the ladies,
I'll
and
get there
I'll
in
see you
time.
in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll
Awesome.
get in. When's the late registration end? I'm good at late registration.
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I should have had this information to hand. I'm sorry.
The little home
If you-
game.
well, if it's
Are you
Danny
playing- are you
Strange,
playing
if it's
free
Danny
rolls that they're
Strange,
offering?
late reg is open till very late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, so that's-
They're doing free rolls for the women until tomorrow.
Oh, I'll tell
Yeah,
you
yeah.
what. So Naz is in the chat, and he's just posted up and said, "Sat with my amazing partner." He's referring to Michelle. In a casino while she's about to take down this gold medal, and
Wow.
literally the very next hand, Michelle doubles up.
Yes!
Wow.
So
Come
it's
on,
now
Michelle.
it's pretty much
Playing
even
the
stacked. So Michelle sat in a casino. Naz, which casino are you in?
I'm
Where-
presuming they're in
whereabouts are you?
Coventry. I would have thought they're in Coventry. I would
Maybe,
expect.
yeah, quite possibly. But yeah, he's obviously currently playing on a mobile.
You know my British.
Whilst
Wow.
whilst sat in a casino on a Sunday night.
Oh, come on, Michelle. Come
I mean,
on.
how more degen do you want to get?
Come on, Michelle.
than that really.
Do it for the girls.
Yeah, it feels very apt. It's International Women's Week starting, so we start the week with an APAT champion.
She likes her. She plays this every week. I see her name in here every week.
Yeah, she does play. I don't know Michelle that well, and she's somebody that I really
Ah,
would
they're
like
in
to get well
Thanet.
better.
They are in Thanet, the home of an APAT regional from
That's
season
right, from
2.
season 2.
My goodness me, that knowledge.
I played a
Do you know?
KPT in
So
Thanet.
Natalie, do
Thanet.
you know where Thanet
I have
is?
no
I
idea
do.
where Thanet is.
I played a GKPT there.
Yeah.
I presume it's somewhere south. Ugh.
No, it's in Kent.
That's south.
It's east.
That's the worst south. That's the posh
It's on
south.
there. I mean, it's like
on the
it's
coast.
good. It's sort of like the seaside, really.
Yeah, it's by
yeah.
Margate.
Oh, okay. No, I'll
It's by
handle that.
Margate.
I like the
Yeah, yeah.
seaside. I'm a seaside.
It's by
myself.
Margate and Broadstairs and all that.
I don't know where any of these places are that you're talking about.
It was
It ain't
it was
It's
a
not in the northwest. I
A
don't.
bit
wanna know.
further round from Dover. That's all you need to know.
That's-
yeah?
How is that not south?
That is very.
Oh, it's
south.
south.
It
It's
is
definitely
south.
south.
It's
It's
very
south.
south.
Yeah.
It's
That's very south. No, I've not quite had my injections to get that far down south yet. So
oh,
Oh, come on.
dear, oh
Got
dear.
her cat claws out there.
I think
dear.
you will be. So yeah, Naz in the chat says nobody from Burnley will know where Thanet is.
Thank you, Naz. Yes, Naz knows. He definitely knows.
Thanet, it's on another planet. Right, I'll get my
Oh,
coat.
very
I'll
good.
get my
Yeah.
coat.
Yeah.
Very good.
It
That was
really is.
a dad joke, Des.
Ooh, not a dad joke.
Tristan's saying,
Thanet used to be part of the southern region that I used to look after in season 2, and we used to. This is so Des. It was great because Des gave me just 4 casinos that are fairly close together. So I had Thanet, Brighton,
What?
Luton,
What?
and Plymouth.
Those are not Plymouth. Those are not close.
Now, if you
Yeah.
asked me, I would say they were all neighbouring. I would be like, I would have no idea that they're
quite
all
right,
massive
Natalie. They're all south. They're all south.
They're south.
Not
You can
that south.
just get the bus to them. Yeah, no. Okay.
Anything under Birmingham, I was told is south.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Carey,
So
when you started our APAT team group, you thought Burnley was south. I've never been more offended in my life. We did not start off well. Carey has first meeting.
Even the
round.
Scots don't consider Burnley to be south.
No, she said, I just thought Burnley was in the south. I was like, I think you thought we were Brentford. That's why, didn't you? I think that's where the confusion was. We were the Brent. Yeah. poor Carey. I was like, I'm so upset right now. Like, I got literally my North badge came out with fighting talk. I was like, we are not the South.
I don't think Birmingham's North. I think it's in the middle somewhere.
No, but you did. You said when we first chatted in our WhatsApp group, you said that you thought Burnley was South. And I was,
Burnley.
Yeah,
Tell you,
I was.
Oh, no, because I asked you if it was by Rochdale.
Oh, yeah, she did eventually. Ah, yes, that's very true, actually.
Listen, Tom Banks has it nailed here. He said, any further south and you'd have been saying merci to the dealers. So that's how far south Thanet is. Merci.
Merci.
Merci. I think maybe, Leigh, what I'm seeing here is that we should bring back a Turbo Millionaire style segment on the APAT show. We just put a map up.
Needed.
Right, we'll put a map up on the screen and we'll ask a caller to identify, put the pin in Thanet, put the pin in Ipswich and stuff like that. It could be fun.
One of our favorite board games that we play is called Where in the World, and it's a board game with a great map of the world all gridded out, and you basically get a little clue as to where somewhere, and you have to then work out where it is based on either the picture or a clue, whatever. Great fun.
Oh, I love geography.
Leigh and I were testing a little bit of tech going back probably a year ago. And to test this bit of tech, he said, "Hey, right, Des, look, I'm just going to ask you a question, right? We'll see if this works on the board." So we're talking to ourselves. We're not streaming or anything, but we're talking to ourselves as if we're streaming. And he said, "Right, name me the top 5, capitals in the world, beginning with an L with a capital over XYZ, whatever it was. The question was." And I went, "Oh well, there's Laos and there's Lisbon, and I got 3 or 4 of them." And I'm thinking, I don't know. No, he's going, "No, there's a bigger one." I'm going, "No, I can't think of it." He said, "It's close to you," and I'm thinking, where? Which European city? L. Obviously, it's not Paris. It's not in Spain. We're going to be. He went London. Oh, right. It's true, Leigh. It's true. Every word of it is true.
Yeah. We did it. We did a trial thing of.
It was fun.
Of a penalty shootout style quiz.
That was it. Yeah.
I got.
I love it.
So I'll need 2 contestants. I said, right. Well, I said Jen's about. She'll be up for this. So
I didn't like that straight away.
Jen played Des, so we allowed. I think we allowed Des to go first and pick the subject. How many do you think Jen beat Des by, Natalie? Would you say
456?
Jen, I have to say though, is exceptional. Right? She is super smart. We like Jen.
Yeah.
We do.
We love Jen.
Indeed.
I think
So we do need to give a shout out to Joachim Kebel from Austria, who has won the gold medal in the No Limit Hold'em main event tonight. Beat David Chang from Canada heads up, and obviously our very own friend of the show, Triplin, finished in 3rd place. A very wonder to all of you guys. And Michelle's lost a few chips here, but is fighting back. Has raised up this particular hand. It's good heads up. This one's been going on for a little while now.
Yeah.
After a double up, and it's there. We're down to 5 in the turbo knockout as well. So,
well, listen, there's a bit of chat.
Oh, this is interesting. Thomas has
come on,
repopped
Michelle.
it. Is Michelle going to go with this?
Come on.
Shove, call, win, happy days.
Hopefully, the internet is holding in Thanet. And she's called.
Ooh.
So 3 diamonds on the board. Thomas is straight in there with a bet that covers Michelle's remaining stack.
She's another one I met in the lady store.
If you've not got any diamonds, this is horrible. If you've not got diamonds here, this is horrible. She's only got 1 diamond, but it's more than Thomas has got. She's got 2 queens, and it's double up to Michelle.
Wow.
Yes,
Michelle. Puts Michelle now about 4 to 1 chip lead.
Yes.
Wow.
See if she can see this out now.
That was a ballsy move. Big fan.
Tell you what, Naz is going to be eyeing up a new pair of shoes at this rate. I tell you. Yeah.
Naz is cool.
Should just shout out to say that the guys at Kia are guaranteed $248, and it's $404 up top. So they're playing for about another $150 here. So Simon Lawler's in the chat says, "Get
There we
in."
go.
Come on, Michelle.
Come on, Michelle.
I'll tell you what, though, it's a ballsy call with we've only got the Queen of Diamonds there.
Massively
But
ballsy.
I mean, it's a great bet from Thomas in the first place because it just puts ultimate pressure on your opponent, doesn't it? And he wasn't holding any diamonds, 3 diamonds down on the flop, and he's just gone, I'll put it in and see what happens. I say very, very brave call from Michelle.
She was pretty committed though by the time she called the flop.
Yeah, I suppose you wake up with okay. If your opponent has got 2 diamonds, you go okay, so be it.
Listen, Leigh Triplin's in the he's in the chat trying to get himself into trouble. He said, "I must admit, I thought Mrs. Bromley was a Blackburn girl. My mistake." What the hell? What?
Oh, crikey! Wow.
Even I know better than that.
I can't believe he said that. John Murray's out there, and he said, "Thanet is up north." Well, John is down in Portsmouth.
John is proper from the south coast.
Oh,
yeah,
he certainly is.
I'm wounded.
Naz is sort of saying that he wants a new pair of shoes. It's his commission.
I thought for sure you guys were going to talk about football more today.
Oh, we never talk about football. No.
Yeah, me, Leigh, and Des. No.
Although I do love Tom Banks's comment, Des. With Des, you should have brought on Kepa.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Jen, yeah.
Not even Kepa could have saved me against Jen. I have to say, I didn't get London. I was actually sat in London when I was doing the quiz. Sake, name a big city in the world that starts with an L.
That's some spec. This is going to be all over this land, by the way. I'll just say we're keeping an eye on this box.
Yeah. Michelle, you're going to
56,000 in the middle here.
I can't imagine
Thomas
Tom's
has
going
got
to leave himself back.
He's got 182,000 behind, but it's gone check though, so it might not be.
medals for a second.
Come on, Michelle, just be toying with him.
Put them all in. No,
sorry, Thomas.
Oh, they're vicious, aren't they? It's when they get into a group, they become vicious.
We protect our own.
Oh, too right.
Speaking of vicious, seriously, Tristan, that is going in the retribution bank, and you and me are going to have words at some point. Do not think that I've let that slide. I'm just concentrating on Michelle's victory right now, but you and me are having
words. The thing
words.
is, though, right, you'll all be angry, and then you'll go, right, next time you see him, and you'll go up to him, and you'll be all right. Oh, hi, Tristan.
I won't know. He crossed the line. He crossed the line.
You won't, because then he'll just give you that little shrug and a smile and like.
No, I'm looking up where Blackburn is now.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there.
It's not that far from Burnley.
You just Google biggest cesspit in Britain and you'll find
Oh my God!
Is that one
don't
of the
say
top
that.
10 places not to live that Peter put in our group earlier today?
No, I'm amazed it wasn't, to be honest, but maybe that's just me.
Talking about Peter. Peter's in
here
the
we
chat.
go. Here we go.
Oh, she got a king.
Hold it. Oh no, the 10.
Oh no!
On the river. His trips for Thomas, and he doubles up. But Michelle's still very much in control of this. Just talking about Peter, he's in the chat. Says, "Evening, guys and girls." He says, "Just driving to Oxford from Coventry." So obviously it's been GUKBT Coventry. Peter's been up there. Peter's been up there playing poker. Paul was up there playing poker. Tom Bacon was up there just buying in. So that's.
Has Danny bought in for that event yet, Leigh?
He stayed longer than Paul did.
No, he did actually. That's true.
Yeah, but he might have fired 1 or 2 bullets along the way.
Leigh, has Danny
for inviting me?
Danny's still late reg.
He's not bought in yet. He'll buy in tomorrow. Plenty of time. Plenty of time, Dan.
He's still trying to get into the WCOP main event from 2003. So.
Oh, poor Danny.
Gotta love Danny.
Danny's almost become our Daniel Lowe. Poor Dan Lowe, lovely guy. 4-poster sideboard.
He was so very drunk at the team event.
Like every day.
Oh, so very drunk.
I could have gone downtown with them on Friday. That would have been a bad idea.
You should have done. That would have
been
Saturday.
He was drunk that night on Turbo Millionaire. 4-poster sideboard.
4-poster sideboard, yeah. Danny's going to be happy though because his mate Melvin cashed in his first APAT event tonight, so Danny will be happy.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So Michelle's still going at this with just over a 4-1 chip lead, with 3-handed now in the turbo knockout, of which Tristan is second of those 3.
Tristan.
So he's going to add a few more points to his weekly tally, and certainly going to add to his bankroll. You can get, if you can take that one down, that's a nice one to win at the end. As I say, it normally works out about $150. The turbo knockout by the end of it on a Sunday night for an $11 buy-in. It's a nice one to do if you can. It's interesting. There's not
bounties as well.
When you get to the flops on this, there's control.
Yeah, there is.
Yellow, isn't there? Yeah.
Which goes against everything that I've ever learned about watching or trying to play PLO. I need somebody to teach me how to play PLO because it's a great game and I'm so rubbish at it. It's just, I'm so bad.
Well, there's you have got quite a few people within the show.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
team.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
I'm not. I am not.
Yeah,
I'm not
consider themselves 4-card specialists.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
but I can't just don't. I love Wigglesworth to death, but I daren't open that Pandora's box of asking him about poker because I'll like to put my phone down for 30 seconds to make a cup of tea, and I'll open it up, and it's like you have 945 messages in the APAT team, and it's Wigglesworth just posting hands, and I'm like I can't read these, Pete. I've got a job. I've got a life. He's wonderful. And when you've got time to read them, it's a very useful resource. But man, gosh, he needs to post less. Bless his little heart.
He needs to post less.
Well, I wanted to thank Pete for suggesting me to be on the team because I was surprised that was Pete that actually said, "What about Carey? She's been on the show."
He's a
I tell you,
Pete.
listen, I'll tell you something about Pete, guys, and it's done. Leigh, it's done.
It is done. And,
did we see who done it?
I missed it.
Of course, we did know who done it. Michelle did it. Obviously, that was what was going to happen. So it's gold medal to Michelle, $404.49 of your US cents. Thomas from Ireland, because I'm not even going to try his surname again because I completely ruined it first time round. $248.40 and the silver medal. And Davor Tutman from Croatia finished in third for $162. I will just bring up the turbo knockout with Tristan.
There we go.
As we're down to the final one of that. So Danny's in the chat, says he can't even remember drinking on the Friday. That's how drunk Danny was
Dan,
on the Friday. He
both
can't
Dans
even
were
remember
very
drinking.
drunk.
He made a final table on the Friday night and can't remember anything about it.
Yes.
It's what is known as doing a stew
Both
war.
Dan's made final table.
It's a very well-known thing. So
yes.
Guys.
That's the way you measure it. I'm anywhere between sober and Stuart Ward. That's the barometer when you drink.
Well, listen, one guy who I hope is completely sober at the moment because he's driving from Coventry to Oxford is, of course, Wigglesworth, right? Mr. Wigglesworth. But how impressive is it that he's watching the APAT show while he's doing so?
That's not impressive. That's
not
dangerous.
Really impressive. I hope he's stopped in the services or something.
Yeah, Peter, get
sorry,
off.
I don't.
Perhaps he's listening. Perhaps he's listening.
Why is that a problem?
If he's driving, watching the APAT show when he's driving.
No. This is Pete. He's got a driver. He'll
be in the back.
He'll be in the back playing online Sunday night grind. I mean, he's going to be yeah. He'll have multi-screens up as he's driving back to Oxford.
This has not been a great 5-minute spell for Pete Wigglesworth. He's had a little bit of abuse from his teammates. I think we need to be here.
Sorry, Pete.
Listen, guys.
Pete.
There's a bit of love. There's a bit of love in the chat box, guys. We have to say it. Simon Lawler, right, who knows all, says, well played, Holdy Foldy. Naz, of course, super proud. That is my partner's first gold medal. So Michelle's been around APAT for a long time.
Yes,
she has struck gold tonight. Well done to her. Mr. Haycock is there. Very well played, Michelle. Great timing on International Women's Day special night.
It was so good. We all got the winning hand and talked it through as it was
the analysis.
All those chips. Yeah.
Well, listen, Naz says Michelle, has been aware that we've been following along. She says thanks for all of the support. So well done to you guys. Have a great rest of the night.
Yeah, basically along with the gold medal. $404.49. The freedom of Thanet as well. They'll give you a big key or something like that as well when that happens as well because you want to Thanet.
Leigh, so sorry, how much was her first prize? $404.49.
$404.
$404. Leigh, how much of that do we take?
We keep the 49 cents. Yeah.
Is that all we get? The 49
That's all.
cents?
I know.
Oh
It's
my
ridiculous.
God.
Isn't it?
Oh my
I got-
God.
Seriously.
That says
It's not
off
even
to.
enough. It's not
That
even enough
says-
to cover the postage of the medal. That's the trouble.
Oh, it's outrageous. I can't believe. I thought we got half of the money, Leigh. We don't get half of the money? What? Oh, it's unbelievable.
Naz says off to McDonald's to spend the money. Well, only one of you is going to be able to afford to eat at McDonald's with that. It's
Oh, fantastic.
That's another person I got to meet was Simon Lawler, and I got to meet him in that really long line on Friday night when we all had to stand out line.
Oh, yeah.
On
you can always spot Simon because he's wearing a green
It's
APAT
green
t-shirt with Betfair on it.
Yeah,
so he's,
slightly.
always easy to spot. Yeah,
It's got a samba look. It's got a slightly Brazilian, South American, Latin look, but yeah,
Simon Lawler. No,
it's
he
memorable.
doesn't.
I think he's the only one I know that still has one of the t-shirts that we gave away in season 4.
Oh.
So
Wow.
and they were professionally designed and they were ghastly. It's the only way
Don't
to
say that,
describe it.
Leigh. Don't say that.
They
Simon
were-
Lawler has
They
one.
were ghastly.
Simon says,
really
I'm
were.
still defrosting from the night stood outside Dusk Till Dawn, as quite a few people were,
Yeah.
Leigh.
As
Quite
is
a
the case,
few.
though, we've realised
my-
that we tend to
Got my American one.
oh, you still got your American shirt.
And
Excellent.
I
we do.
got the one from Linda's team, which I can't stand because it's pink.
Oh, it's nice, though. Look at that. That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Oh, look at that.
That's
Nice
pretty
to
cool.
keep.
Very pink, and it says my name on it.
Wow. And there's a picture of Carey with Simon Lawler.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
No, I was
Yeah.
way by the back. I had
Yeah.
Paul and them were like, "Oh, come stand with us." They were by the front. I'm like, "No, I can't cut." And then Peter's like a little further down. I'm like, "No, I can't cut." So I went to the end, waited an hour. So it was good.
See,
I met
what
people in
what a
line.
hero.
Simon says it still fits, and I think it's cool.
That's all that counts. That is all that counts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm still defrosting. From
But it's very true. So yeah, APAT turn up at Dusk Till Dawn, and basically we just create queues. That's the only way to describe
And
it.
long may
That's
that
what
continue.
that is what we do. So we're still three-handed in the turbo knockout. Yeah, it's chip leader, I guess, is Mark. Actually, Mark Antoine, regular player, a Canadian player.
Yeah.
Plays quite a lot. Plassance is his surname. The player from Brazil, I think this is going to be his second cash of the night.
Junior.
Junior.
Yes,
French
cashed in the deep stack. I always love that with a new Brazilian player to add to the database because I guarantee you it's never a short name. So so his name is Volmar Paulo de Souza Folle Jr.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So,
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
But ironically,
well, I
he's on my
say
table.
I'm guessing Volmar is male, but yeah, we'll go with that. Is finished 7th in the deep stack, so it's going to be second cash of the night.
Leigh, listen, if he played football for Man United, and to be honest, he probably could play football for Man United, he'd only have 4 letters on the back of his shirt.
Or he'd be called Frank or something, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it'd be something like that. Something
Tristan's
really
all in
short.
with the deuces. Deuces against the queen 10. He's avoid a queen or a 10. He does.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay!
Tristan.
Woo!
Double
Well
F
done,
Tristan.
Trist.
Go,
So-
Tristan.
Actually, no, I'm not real interested after that Blackman comment. You can finish third. Nope.
Not happening.
I
No.
am unbelievably stubborn as well. So.
Listen, Tom Banks shows his football pedigree in the chat box by saying AKA Grincha. Well, I was thinking AKA Fred. You know, it's just a lot shorter.
Fred.
It's a little
Or
more of the
Neymar.
Northwest.
Neymar?
Neymar, yes, Neymar.
Is he from Brazil?
Neymar is Brazilian,
He is.
yeah.
Yeah,
But so
okay.
is Fred. So is Fred.
Yeah, I know-
Fred
I
is
knew
Brazilian.
Fred was.
But
Was
so's
Fred playing
Alisson.
today, Leigh?
Alisson is Brazilian as well.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Pele from there? Pele.
Pele,
Pele,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you
Yeah,
know
he knows
Alison's
football a little bit.
Alison's brother's name was I'm going to say Muriel?
What?
You're
Just
making
seriously.
this up now.
Seriously, they
Yo,
both-
Santa.
They've both
Rude. Oh,
they've both got
knockout.
girls' names.
Oh, come on, Tristan.
We're heads up and
Wow.
very even.
Wow.
It's Volmar against Triplin. So
my screen's gone all blurry.
Natalie's going all Brazilian.
Valma,
now.
Valma.
Sorry, did you say Voldemar? Is that
It did sound like Voldemort, didn't it, for a start? And I was like, well, okay, let's go with that.
Against Hiplin?
Yeah.
All right, that's too much. It's not late enough to make that joke. Somebody
Too
stop
late.
Natalie! Stop Natalie!
late.
The
It's
Blackburn is
already
coming out.
It's already happened.
That
There's nothing you
chuckled
can do
me.
about
That
it.
chuckled me.
So whilst Triplin is head up against Fred, what I can confirm is whatever happens here tonight, one Brendan Byrne is going to end up top of
there he is.
Go on, Brendan.
all week 50. So he is currently on step 4. So Brendan's going to pick up 3 lots of $33 tickets.
Go on then,
for the
Irish.
week. Well
We have
done
an
to him.
absolute beast of a team. We're absolutely smashing it.
Aaron Swazland is going to finish second, guaranteed.
Nice job, Aaron.
He's on step 1, so he's going to pick up 2 lots of $5.50 tickets. If Tris wins this, he will end up third.
Nice,
for
Tris.
the
Wow,
week.
nice.
But Gordon, what I can say for sure is Gordon MacArthur will be in the top 5. And I think Richard Rudling Smith will also be in the top 5 as well. Richard's actually on step 5. So his top 5 finish is going to pick him up 2 lots of $55 tickets as well.
Sweet.
So well done to him. Matty Ogilvy's made it into the top 5 again, a top 20 again. So he's going to pick up a $55 ticket.
Lee,
As well. Herabert's in there as well. So yeah, plenty of the usual
Lee,
suspects.
have we had a proof of life for Tony Ross? I mean, you didn't
Don't
mention
know
his
where
name.
Tony is, but what I will say is,
Wow, it's done.
it's done. Tristan has taken it down.
I missed that too.
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. It's on the delay on Facebook. Okay, I just saw it.
yeah. You'll
Yeah, he's
catch it on
going to win
Facebook.
it. We're fairly sure he's
So
going to
whilst-
win it, Carey,
so
but you keep watching.
What I will now check this out, guys, because I always this is always fascinating with the turbo knockout bounty at the end of the night. So, first and second, both pick up $77 from the prize pool for their wins. First and second are pretty much the same prize pool. So Volmar picked up $14 for his bounties. Tristan pocketed $147 from his
Yeah,
bounties
he took
tonight.
a lot of people
So
out.
Tris picks up over $220 from an $11 buy-in tournament.
Nice.
Absolutely smashed it. Busted a load of players throughout the way. So very well done to him. So nice night's cash for Tristan, along with his $200 from the $300, sorry, from the main event as well. So yeah, so that's over $500 tonight for Tristan. Very well done.
Top job. Very nice. That's 2 Knives Triplin. Fantastic. I like a lot of love for Triplin in the chat box at the moment.
So
People
he's
are
done
heading
well.
off to bed.
He's picked up over $500 and lost a friendship with Natalie all in one night. So
All in
that's
one night.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good going, really.
I think the $500 was more valuable, to be honest.
Super. So
Oh,
tell me,
Natalie.
ladies, are you finished your pokers for the night? Is it done now? Are you
I
dusted?
finished 3 minutes into the show. What you on
Well,
about?
I didn't want to pry. I didn't want to pry. You could have been going deep on Poker Stars or something. Who knows?
I bust everything by 10:15.
Superb. Well, listen, that sounds like it's it then, Lee. From you and I and our 2 UK team poker champions.
Excellent.
That's us done. Yeah, for the
Cool
night.
as that. Cool as that. Well, just a big thank you, as always, to everybody who played with us this week. Good luck next week. It all kicks off again tomorrow night, as per normal. Lee and I will be back next Sunday night, maybe with some guests. We will wait and see, which leaves us just
it
to
will
say
be somebody. We might either try and get Brendan on, or we'll be somebody else in the team. But we're definitely going to try and get somebody else on for next week. Yeah.
that would be super, which just leaves us to say a big thank you to Carey and Natalie for joining us tonight. It was absolutely lovely to have the two of you on. Fantastic. Well done again. Have a great week. And I guess from all of us, and don't forget, right? Look out for that charity initiative coming your way soon. From all of us, great week. And we will see you next Sunday night, right? So, ciao, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.